Hello, everyone. Welcome to my GMB News 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day under a blazing golden sun that seemed to hum with secrets older than memory itself. Bradley Walsh stood at the edge of a vast desert plateau, his boots sinking slightly into the warm sand. Before him rose the timeless silhouette of the Great Pyramid of Giza, a monument that had defied explanation for over 4 millennia. This was no ordinary television journey. This was Bradley Walsh, Egypt's cosmic code, a 3-part exploration that promised to reveal Bradley like never before. Chapter 1: The Engineer Awakens. Long before the cameras rolled and the world knew him as the quick-witted host of the chase, Bradley had been a young apprentice engineer at Rolls-Royce. That part of him, the curious mind fascinated by mechanics, precision, and impossible structures, had never truly left. As the documentary begins, Bradley gazes at the pyramid, visibly moved. How did they do it? He murmurs, almost himself. 4,500 years ago, without modern tools, without cranes, how? It isn't just a question. It's a lifelong obsession. Joined by experts including Dr. Meredith Brand, Dr. Ardo Belakdanian, and Tony McMahon, Bradley embarks on a journey across Egypt, one that blends science, speculation, and something deeper: wonder. Chapter 2: Stones That Shouldn't Move. Their first stop, the ancient necropolis of Saqqara, home to the iconic step pyramid of Djoser. Bradley runs his hand along the weathered limestone blocks, imagining the thousands of workers who must have labored here. Each stone weighs tons, he says, turning to Dr. Brand. Even today, moving something like this takes serious machinery. Dr. Brand smiles. And yet they did it, with ingenuity, mathematics, and organization. But Bradley isn't entirely convinced. As they continue to Djoser, where the unusual bent pyramid and the smooth-sided red pyramid stand as experiments in architectural evolution, Bradley's theories begin to surface. What if, he begins cautiously, there's more to this than we understand, something beyond human capability at the time? Tony McMahon raises an eyebrow. You mean extraterrestrial influence? Bradley chuckles, half serious. I'm just asking questions. The kind engineers ask when the math doesn't add up. The show doesn't claim answers, but it thrives on the tension between established science and the mysteries that still linger. Chapter 3: The Watcher in the Sand. As the sun sets in hues of crimson and gold, the team approaches the enigmatic Great Sphinx of Giza. Half lion, half human, the Sphinx stares eternally across the desert, its expression unreadable. This, Bradley says, circling the massive figure, might be the greatest riddle of them all. Experts debate its age, its purpose, even its origin. Some argue it was built alongside the pyramids. Others suggest it could be far older. Bradley kneels near one of the weathered grooves along its body. Water erosion, he notes, but Egypt's been desert for thousands of years. So, when did this happen? Dr. Belakdanian explains the mainstream theories, but Bradley's mind races ahead. What if, he says slowly, we're looking at something from a civilization we've barely begun to understand? The wind picks up, sweeping sand across the ancient stones, as if the desert itself is guarding its secrets. Chapter 4: Into the Realm of the Dead. No exploration of ancient Egypt would be complete without confronting its most enduring obsession: death and the afterlife. Inside the Valley of the Kings, Bradley prepares to enter the tomb of Tutankhamun. This, he says, adjusting his hat with a grin, is something I've dreamed of my whole life. As he steps into the narrow passageways, the air grows cooler heavier. The walls, adorned with vivid hieroglyphs, seem alive with stories of gods, journeys, and eternal life. This wasn't just a tomb, Bradley whispers. It was a gateway. The artifacts, the precision of the artwork, the symbolic alignment of chambers, all of it points to a civilization deeply invested in what comes after death. Everything they built, Bradley reflects, was for eternity. And yet, he wonders, how did they possess such advanced knowledge of astronomy, geometry, and engineering? Chapter 5, The Cosmic Connection. As the series progresses, Bradley's journey becomes more personal and more daring. Standing once again before the Great Pyramid, he looks up at the stars. Some people say the pyramids align with the stars of Orion's belt, he says. Coincidence or something more? Tony McMahon explains the Orion correlation theory, while Dr. Brand offers a more grounded perspective. But Bradley stands between the two worlds, science and speculation. I'm not saying aliens built the pyramids, he says with a grin. But I am saying we don't have all the answers. The show doesn't try to force conclusions. Instead, it invites viewers to question, to imagine, to explore. Chapter 6, Bradley Like Never Before. Throughout Bradley Walsh, Egypt's Cosmic Code, audiences see a side of Bradley rarely revealed on television. Gone is the quizmaster's quick-fire banter, though his humor still shines through, especially during a memorable and slightly chaotic camel ride across the desert. In its place is something deeper: curiosity, humility, and a genuine sense of awe. With his Indiana Jones-style hat tilted against the sun, Bradley climbs ancient structures, crawls through narrow chambers, and engages in thoughtful debates with experts. This isn't just a TV show, he says in one reflective moment. It's a journey, one I've been waiting my whole life to take. Final chapter, The Mystery Endures. As the final episode draws to a close, Bradley stands alone at dusk, the pyramids silhouetted against a fading sky. So, what have we learned, he asks. He pauses, smiling softly. That we're still learning. The ancient Egyptians left behind wonders that continue to challenge modern understanding. Whether through human brilliance, lost knowledge, or something more mysterious, their legacy endures. Bradley takes one last look at the horizon. I came here looking for answers, he says, but what I found was something even better. He turns to the camera, eyes gleaming with excitement. More questions. And perhaps that's the true cosmic code, not something to be solved, but something to be explored. Bradley Walsh, Egypt's Cosmic Code isn't just a documentary. It's an adventure into the unknown, a celebration of human curiosity, and a reminder that even in a world of modern technology, some mysteries remain beautifully unsolved.